เอามาอีกอันหนึ่งท่าน อะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะเทเรปมาเทนะทวารตะเยนะกตังสัพพังอปาราทังขมตุโนพันเต
เอขมิตพัง with the blessing of the triple gem, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. May you all be blessed with happiness, peace, and success in your education.
สาธุ I would alsoท่านละพิพงศ์เก็บผ่านตรงนั้นด้วย So next, without further ado, I would like to take this opportunity to respectfully invite Most Venerable Professor Dr. Phra Brahmapundit, Vice President of the University Council and a member of the Supreme Sangha Council, to deliver this special lecture on global wisdom and transferring happiness to the world.
Now our staff still preparing presentation. I would like to bring you all to know more about Professor Dr. Phra Brahmapundit. As you know, 70 years ago, our most venerable remind us many times. We established International Buddhist Study College. It's not for Thai people. It's not for Thai Sangha. But for those who would like to learn more Buddhism around the world. Reason why key learner that we invite them all to come to learn here. We not just focus on Buddhists. Consists of Mahayana, Theravada, and Vajrayana. But we would like non-Buddhists around the world to come here as well. Under the power of Most Venerable, Most Venerable establish and bring all people around the world to come here. Especially today, you have a chance to meet our Most Venerable. The key thing that Most Venerable try to build international platform to bring you all to be here is International Council for the Day of Vedas. And International Association of Buddhist University. That the most venerable is the president at this moment. While we're waiting for most venerable, I would like to bring you all to practice meditation together. Please, Bante, take more time to practice meditation. Explore your mind and body. Please.
Professor Dr. Phra Methi Vachara Bandit, Director of International Buddhist Study College, college members, professors, and I am aware that the University Council, I welcome you to IBSC. And we try to outline your purpose of being here to acquire wisdom or panya. What to do after your graduation, you have to keep in mind. When I did my research for my degree, I select the topic there are many subjects to study, but which one is suitable to your character, to your frame of thought? In another word, it is related to your chanda, not tanha. You may decide to achieve your education for making money in the future. That is because the drive is tanha. But chanda is to do according to your preference for the benefit of yourself and humankind. That's why the topic today is you try to spread happiness to the world. During your education, during your study here, you join the social service program. If there is any proposal for you to join, to interact with your friends from many countries, to get to know each other well, so that after education, with future. So your advantage is that this is a big class. The advantage of big class is that you have variety of friends from different nikayas, lay and monks, have variety of points of views. That is advantage. Disadvantage is distraction. If you fail to focus in study because of too much engagement in social affairs. You may not be able to develop deeply your mind, your thought, your contemplation. So, from my experience, you have to be clear from the beginning, the day one, that you join the faculty, where you want to go, what you want to do in the future. That you study and perform will be supporting factors for your future. So orientation is a way of introducing what you are going to discover here and gain from studying here. In Buddhist education, Kalyana good friendship, is very important. Good friendship in the sense of teachers, professors, and resources such as books, e-books, what to read, what to avoid. Because you have limited time. You need guidance from your experienced teachers to tell you what books to read, whom do you have to go and listen to their teachings, etc. So in Theravada tradition, Kalyanamitta is the main factor for enlightenment. Because not all of us here in Theravada tradition inspired to be the Buddha. We are inspired to be following the teachings of Sakyamuni Buddha. Kalyanamitta, good friend, good teacher, to Sariputta, Mokkhalana, and other main disciples. They pass the teachings from generation to generation up to now. In the process of good friendship, lineage. And when in Mahayana, Taiwan, Hong Kong, even in Japan or China, you talk of lineage of your teacher of teachers. Even in meditation practice, we can trace back to the original teachers of your tradition. What I mean is that a person, a living person, is very powerful for training. Some of you might have read the text, the Tripitaka, a book, but it lacks inspiration. It's abstract. But atmosphere here is concrete. It's appropriate environment to permit you infuse to join the class Because in morality training, examples, modeling count a lot. Inspiration from your teacher and from your friend will encourage you to move forward to study. That's why we come here together, to live together here. Don't miss opportunity to mix with other people and learn from each other, from your teacher, from your Kalayana good friend. That is the word of advice that I want to give you at the beginning. This atmosphere provided by MCU, educational environment, that this university, this is the main campus. If you go out of Bangkok, Thailand consists of 77 provinces. Out of 77 provinces, you will find the branches, campuses of MCU, more than half of the provinces in the country, 40, at least 40 campuses in Thailand. Chiang Mai, Khon Kaen, Nakhon Sri Thammarat in the south. Wherever you there are more than 10,000 students of this university. We don't mean that those students studying here, but around the country. So the network is there. There are branches in South Korea, Hungary, Singapore, Sri Lanka. If you want to go to meet in Europe, in Hungary, the popularity of Vesak celebration. International Vesak celebration create confidence to the Buddhist scholars around the world to send their students to study here. So don't miss the opportunity to take part in Vesak celebration, of which I am the president. I have been the president of this movement for more than, I think, 19 years. Almost 20 years. Through the network of Visakha or Vesak celebration, we establish relationship with Buddhist universities. So another capacity of mine is the president of the International Association of Buddhist Universities. Now I come to MCU. That is a way of introduction this institution. I may tell you another thing is that this new main campus, we moved from Bangkok to here because we want to our headquarters. That is, I think, more than 15 years. 15 years ago, we moved to this new headquarters. Before coming here, it's just a paddy field. At that time, I was director. I raised funds and built the whole campus anew. You will find nothing at that time, no temple, no buildings, just a paddy field, including this building, with high expectation. expectation is this MCU will be the center of a world center of Buddhist education. So we gave MCU philosophy. That is 15 years ago, with modification. So our philosophy is to provide you Buddhist education, but not as traditional study of Tripitaka or Buddhist scripture, but also integrated Buddhist study of Tripitaka with modern science. How to apply the teaching of the Buddha in Tripitaka to social science, to Buddhist philosophy. I went to converse with physics, like quantum physics. What is the similarity and difference between anatta and quantum? They have applied modern technology to detect the working of your brain when you are in deep meditation. Neurology. How this neurology support our meditation practice or convince people in the West to come to join and practice meditation. This means integration of Buddhist education with modern science. And the Thai government requests us that we come out with Buddhist innovation, not in terms of technology, but methodology. For example, meditation practice. How to make it easier and available to the public. Innovative practice of meditation for the kids in the school. Mindful school, etc. So that the student, the pupil will be equipped with capacity to learn because they have deep concentration, meditation, and wisdom, and become a fruitful participation of society. So the government requests MCU, through your research, MA, PhD research, to produce Buddhist innovation. This is a challenge, because the government provides the fund for operating this university. Money comes from operation, whereas the building, most of the buildings are constructed because through the donation of people, but staff members need salary. Operating costs come from government. So what government of Thailand expect in return of your study here, of your presence here? Not that you have to pay back to the Thai society, but we want you to contribute to your country. When you go home after graduation, return home with the ideas, with the research result. It is a development of global wisdom for the world development. When we are aware of the Buddha injunction to the first batch of Dhammadutta missionary monks, 60 monks. In the first year, after his enlightenment, he sent 60 monks, 60 arahants, to spread the message of the Buddha. Jaratha bhikkhave jarikang. Bahuchana hitaya bahuchana sukhaya lokanukampaya. Go, monks, for the benefit, for the happiness of the many, for the whole world. Lokanukampaya, for the sake of happiness of the whole world. MCU just follow instruction, this instruction. We spread the message of the Buddha to you. So that you will work following the footprints of 60 arahants for the benefits of the world, for happiness of the many. Buhuchana hitaya, buhuchana sukhaya, lokanukambaya. That is the ideal put forward by the Buddha 75 centuries ago. With this spirit, we established this headquarters to provide Buddhist education to you, integrated with modern science to inspire Buddhist innovation. For what? For mental and social development. First of all, for the sake of your mental development, Citta Bhavana. Citta Bhavana, that is mental development. Development of your mind, of your thought. 4 kinds of development, personal development, to be integrated, not to be separated. Here, taking care of your body, your health, that is Kaya Bhavana, physical development. Citta Bhavana, meditation, mental development, and Panya Bhavana, wisdom development, which is the focus of today's talk, global development. Actually, it has to go together, the 4 factors. If you emphasize on Citta Bhavana, mental development, and wisdom development without paying much attention to your health is decline. That means you are falling into one extreme. Atta kila matha nuyoka. Not the middle way. It is a self-torture. Atta kila matha nuyoka. So paying attention to your body, to your society. If you pay much attention to your body, just eat and sleep, you fall into another extreme. Kama sukhalika nuyoka. That is, you fulfill your sensual desire. No mental development at all. No, that is not the case. So, university, take meditation retreat as a compulsory. Not only for your own sake, for your own development, but for society as a whole. We believe that in the future, one day you will become a meditation master, a meditation good friend to teach meditation to people. Many graduated from the university opt to teach meditation when they are back to their countries. That is a matter of success that we have. So you may not aware that generally students spend 4 years in Thailand in MCU to complete BA course, BA, 4 years. After graduation, 4-year course, you receive the degree, BA. But here in MCU, Thai monks have to spend 5 years for the degree. First 4 years for academic development, complete their course of study, but they have to work as volunteer for 1 whole year on the 5th year, not in Bangkok, in the provincial villages, anywhere of their choice, for 1 year, to train themselves for social. So the spirit of Thai students, Thai graduates, is for social development. They are happy to serve society. They go out. So ask your friend, on the 5th year where they are going to work, some would choose to go to the north, work with Hill tribe people, no facility at all. Spend whole year there. I myself, when I was rector, I went to visit them and admire their courage and sacrifice. Even nowadays, they are doing the same thing. Most students from the north part, Chiang Mai, Lamphun, Chiang Rai, they opt to go to teach, preach the Dhamma to the Hill tribe people, the ethnic people in Thailand. This happened. You may not be aware of their spirit. Learn from them. Share with them inspiration. Encourage them. So, when this university is scrutinized by the government ministry about the achievement, academic, social service, research, believe it or not, we rank top among the in social service. 5 out of 5 points. Because we follow the Buddha. In your mind, you set the course of your study. If you want to provide social development to others, you have to develop yourself. If in the future you want to teach meditation, you have to be serious in meditation practice. If you want to teach Tripitaka analysis to others, or Buddhist philosophy, you have to be well versed in Tripitaka study and Buddhist philosophy or Abhidhamma, whatever. So that is MCU philosophy. When we come to the term Buddhist education, education in Pali is Sikha. Ask any Thai people, what is Buddhist education? They say, education in Thai language, is ศึกษา training or studying in the university, in the primary school, it's การศึกษา is education. ศึกษา is a Thai word derived from ศิกขา in Pali. So you are receiving ศึกษา in Thailand, that is ศิกขา but ศิกขา in Thailand is more than threefold training. That is, threefold training in Buddhism is the practical aspect of education. In Thailand, both theoretical aspect as well as practical aspect of education. In the same way, in Buddhism, Sikha, although it focuses on practical aspect, that is, to be trained in sila, morality, samadhi, concentration, and panya, wisdom. That is threefold training. But before you receive the training in morality, sila, that is practical aspect, concentration, samadhi, and panya, that is wisdom, we have the guideline, the step by step of education. In Thailand, is known, even in the Tripitaka, but Thailand uses it for popular education. First is a theoretical study of the subject. We call in Pali pariyatti. Before you go to practice meditation, how can you be sure that this kind of practice is the Buddhist meditation? It is not from yoga or from Hindu. So theoretical study of Tripitaka is necessary. That is pariyatti. So in Thailand, they divide the traditional pariyatti education into 9 levels. ปรริญญา 9. The highest level of pariyatti studies in Thailand is 9 level ปรริญญา Pali studies. You go to any temple, the monks, the novice start from the first level up to 9. And this kind of pariyatti or traditional Tripitaka study is supported by the government, by the king. The novice who complete the 9th grade of Pali study will be will receive patronage from the king in his ordination ceremony at the Emerald Buddha temple. This is the highest honor of the novices who inspired to achieve or succeed in the highest level of education in Thailand. So, Pariyatti is the primary or compulsory education before you move to, or at least in some degree, you have studied in some degree. Not the whole Tripitaka, maybe a part. A topic related to meditation. Then you move to Patipatti. Pariyatti is a theoretical aspect of Buddhist education. The second step is Patipatti, the practice of what you learn from your theory. Pariyatti is not enough, it's not sufficient, but it is necessary. Necessary to have Pariyatti, theoretical education. The same thing that you are doing in MCU. You go to class, study the theory, learn from your teachers. The grammar in English, you learn how to speak English. But just learning the grammar and the structure of language doesn't make you to be fluent in speaking English. You have to practice. In international English is compulsory, necessary. Pariyatti is necessary, but not enough to make you a good student. So you have to practice. That is Patipatti. Then Patipatti leads to the third level, that is Pativeda, the outcome of your practice. Meditation practice will make you aware of how calmness, how happiness come to your mind. That is the outcome, that is the result of your practice. In MCU, you learn philosophy, you study philosophy. It is a specific field of education. It's very difficult to read a book on philosophy, Plato, Aristotle, Madhyamika, Nakarajuna, by yourself and understand it. Even Abhidhamma, philosophy, in Tipitaka, you need a teacher. You need a good friend to train you how to read philosophical books, Abhidhamma. What is the gist, the essence of these texts? They give you the guideline. Once you understand the guideline, you follow the guideline, you will understand. That is Pariyatti. Abhidhamma, for example, you are familiar with. In Abhidhamma, they describe the nature of mind, the level of mind. What is meditation? When you sit and listen to my talk, there are conflicting elements in your mind. One is emotion, like or dislike. It's called nivarana. It is a hindrance. Phayapada, hatred, evil, whatever. It's emotion. Even Vichikicha, some of you are having Vichikicha when listening to my talk. It is a hindrance obstacle to clear understanding because you doubt. It's about emotion or confusion, confusing emotion. So the best way that you will achieve, have a good achievement in education is you go beyond the plane of hindrance, 5 hindrance. Put your mind above the hindrance. Purify your mind in the plane of rationality, wisdom, mindfulness, sati, wisdom. Like when you put your mind in the plane of rationality, you will find fun in study philosophy, Abhidhamma. Because that needs rationality, reason to analyze. You go beyond your emotion. Put your mind in the plane of meditative thinking, analysis, Abhidhamma, philosophy, even reading Tipitaka, no sleepiness, because your mind is the plane of rationality. Practices, and you will see for yourself. It is an assignment from the Supreme Sangha Council and the Thai government. I invite Buddhist scholars around the world to join my project to translate the Pali Tipitaka into English, the whole set, Vinaya, Suttanta, and Abhidhamma. Try to finish it. So far, Pali Text Society spent more than 100 years to complete translation. So the language, the terminology are different in the Thai gap of 100 years. But now we want to make it a contemporary edition in Thailand. For years I have led the project. During the Vesak celebration, the scholars come and work. We plan to publish it, the whole set of Tipitaka in English, and free to be accessible by all Buddhist scholars, because this is from donation from the Thai government. Right now, if you want to buy a Buddhist text or the online edition in English, it is not easy because of the copyright. But I hope that so when we work in translation, we are happy. We enjoy. Because our mind is lifted to the plane of rationality, of wisdom, not emotion. The conflict of interest. No, nothing. It is a selfless sacrifice working in the plane of wisdom, rationality. That is number 3. It is a result of practice, patipatti. So, the Buddha said, Panya chiving chivitamahu setang. The life of wisdom is said to be the best. If you live in the plane of wisdom, Panya Bhumi, Vipassana Bhumi, your life is light, like a bird. No obstruction, you can go anywhere, do anything. Freedom. Enjoy your study. See? There is no conflict of interest of desire here and there, just pulling you in different direction. That is your desire. Your conflict. Your being. To live like a rational being. We are not Arahant, the perfected person, but we practice meditation to purify our mind of emotion. At least for the time being, when you are in the class, meditate, concentrate, focus on your study. Forget the problems. Leave it outside. Right now in this room, just forget other disturbance outside. Purify your mind. Go beyond the disturbance level of the plane. If because in this level the plane is find the disturbance, move up. On the level of wisdom, rationality, calmness, and you find happiness in studying, in doing any activities, because it is a selfless activity, free from emotion. So in a way, it is called emotional intelligence. You are wise to control your emotion. But what I mean is not to control, you go beyond. Go beyond the plane of emotion, love, hatred, ignorance, confusing. No, just go. Focus on good thing. On the teaching of the Buddha, whatever. Forget emotion for the time being when you study. So the life of wisdom is said to be the best because it's guided by wisdom, guided by rationality. How to develop your mind to be equipped with wisdom? No doubt. Good conduct, sila, or morality is the first foundation. Sila paribhavito samadhi mahaphalo hoti mahani sangso. In Mahaparipana Sutta, the Buddha said, when concentration, that is samadhi, is infused or developed by morality, sila, your concentration becomes highly fruitful and beneficial. That's why the peaceful way of life here in the campus is necessary for your calmness in your mind, no disturbance. Sila samadhi paripavita panya mahabbala hoti mahani sangsa. When wisdom is infused or developed or supported by meditation, by concentration, your wisdom too become highly fruitful and beneficial. Meditation practice is a requirement of lifting your mind to the plane of wisdom. When I work, I meditate. Before I talk, I meditate. During my talk, I focus. That is meditation. The high degree of meditation will make your mind more effective in memorizing, in arranging your data during the talk. Suppose someone disturb this meeting, create distraction, and the teacher gets infuriated or angry with the student. It is difficult to control his mind, the teacher's mind. And instruction is not fruitful. In the same way, when you read a book, read a text, forget the problem, anything, just focus it. Your mind is in the plane of wisdom, of rationality. It will travel freely and connected, see the connection of each topic that you have read or read before. Once you are related the topic that you read before, studied before in your country or here, you see the total picture of the subject matter. It is not just a memory, scattering memory. It is a total picture that you succeed by putting the jigsaw into the total. So the whole map of jigsaw, before you putting it together, it becomes a scattering dot. Once you related dot together or put the jigsaw, piece of jigsaw together, you see the face of the Buddha there. The total picture. The full face of the Buddha, after putting the piece of jigsaw together, appear in your mind. That is the outcome of meditation, concentration. So the picture of the total picture of the Buddha face is wisdom. So wisdom is not a combination of information. Wisdom is not the combination of information, piece of information. You combine the piece of information together and it becomes a total picture, more. That is wisdom. Panya paripavitang chittang asavehi vimucchati. When the mind is developed or infused with wisdom, it is free from defilement, from suffering. So the end purpose, the goal of education is to free from suffering. But to arrive at freedom from suffering, you need to develop your wisdom to see the total picture of the whole world. So I will give you definition of wisdom first. In wisdom is not knowledge. That is the reason from theoretical study is sutta. Bahusutta, knowledgeable people who have gained knowledge, a lot of knowledge, that is not wisdom. Some of you get a degree from CU without getting wisdom. Wisdom is your knowledge. Knowledge is about information. Your lecturer, your professor provide your information, the way that I'm giving you information. That information, it kept in your memory, sanya, perception, memory. and it may fade away. It's not knowledge, just memory. It becomes memory when you practice it. Pariyatti is the first step necessary for knowledge. Practice patipatti is compulsory for transfer knowledge, transfer information into knowledge. So, if you graduate from this university, you get information related to your major subject. You study here, you analyze it through your own experience with the aim of to use it in the future, to act upon. Information plus experience to act upon. When you listen to the professor giving lecture in the class, this is information. And you think, what would be the question in final examination? What would be my answer? If you think it, you plan to use it in examination, you plan to use it in oral report in front of the class. Act upon. If you just listen it to make it slip out of your mind, no application, no thinking of application in the future, it is just a memory, not knowledge. Knowledge, when you arrange the systematic arrangement of information so that you can use it in the future, that is knowledge. But it is not wisdom. If you see, you can see from this. You listen to my talk, watch the screen, information there. It is a contact, phassa. And you can read it with your memory because you can read English. The infant cannot read English, so it is just phassa. The baby, the information on screen is just phassa for the baby, but it is in English. You have learned English, so memory come out to mix with phassa, contact. It becomes perception, interpretation, not knowledge. If you do not want to memorize it and to apply it in the future, giving a lecture and ask you what do you understand by what he has taught, you can explain. Related to your former classes or own experience. That is knowledge, sutta. But it is not panya. What is panya? Panya needs a plane of mind that go beyond emotion. Concentration is a foundation, a springboard. You lift up your mind to the plane of panya. In that panya, you are related, combined all the information together, like a jigsaw. And to see the total you have learned from knowledge and try and find a way out of the problems, the total picture. So wisdom is more than knowledge. What is wisdom? Panya. Definition I gave you. Ability to see, to discern inner qualities and relationships. Whatever information that you have gathered in your class. Different subjects. English, Pali, Sanskrit, history, science. Many subjects. It becomes knowledge so far as you cannot see the relationship between these subjects. See? It's not wisdom. For Isaac Newton, when the apple fruit falling down, it's just a fruit falling down, just eat it. But when he connect the falling force, the force that pulled down the apple fruit to the ground, with the gravitational force that unseen, this relationship between apple that is falling and gravitational force become wisdom, scientific wisdom. See? When you meditate, see the rising and falling of your abdomen or your breathing or whatever. This is just awareness of changing emotion, changing thought. But whenever you see from awareness of changing pattern of your thought, you see anicca, dukkha, anatta, impermanence, suffering, and selflessness. That is wisdom. It is more than more than information. It is a systematic arrangement that is relationship. Through the close of the thing to see the essential characteristic of that thing. That is inner qualities. Relationships. That is paticca samuppada. Dependent origination is an example. When you see anything connected to each other, paticca samuppada, that is relationship. The law of gravitational law, paticca samuppada. Or even the Four Noble Truths, Ariya Satya. Paticca samuppada and Ariya Satya are the same thing. If A exists, imasaming sati idang hoti. If A exists, then B exists. Cause and effect. Imasaming asati idang na hoti. If A ceases to exist, then B also ceases to exist. Dukkha is a state of problem, exists because of samudaya, the cause. If you get rid of the cause, that's B, then no dukkha. So that is paticca samuppada in wisdom, not just memorizing the theory. In reality, no clinking, no upadana, no attachment. Everything go on according to cause and effect. This is the total picture. Four Noble Truths, okay. In that case, MCU selected this Buddha verse, Panya Lokasmi Pachoto. This is the motto of MCU. Wisdom is the light of the world. When you throw the light in a dark room, you see the totality of the room, who are there in the room. In the darkness, we cannot be aware of who is there in the room. Once the light turn on, we see the whole room. How many people? We see connection, who sit here, who sit there. The arrangement of the seat, monks, lay people. See, wisdom is like that. And when we solve the problem, we can make out which one is wrong, to take out which one is right. This is Panya is to see the relationship of Paticca or Ariya Satya in the whole world. Application of that. Another, this is picture show the Paticca Samuppada connecting of the dots, connection of the dots here and there. To see how they are related. Imasaming sati idang hoti. Because of this exists, the other also exists. Other meaning of wisdom is ability to discern or to see inner quality or insight. Insight into the true nature of things. Chetana Lakhana Panya. In this sense, Panya or wisdom is not the light of the world. It's just like an arrow to strike, to pierce inside any object, to see the true nature inside. We call insight. Wisdom is characterized by cutting. Of things. So insight, things as they really are. Impermanence, anicca, suffering, dukkha, and anatta. What I want to tell you is that, okay, Yatha Bhuta Yana Dasana, that is Panya. To see Yatha Bhuta Yana Dasana, to know and see things Yatha Bhuta as they really are. If you just know a person by his face, by his name, that is just knowledge, information. Can we make friends with such and such person or not? It is wisdom. That's why the Buddha, when he teach the student or the disciple, he teaches personal, individual difference. That's why he became the great teacher, succeeding in teaching according to individual difference. His awareness of the difference of people is in the plane of wisdom, whereas ours is the plane of knowledge, information. So, anatta and non-atom, that is the true nature of things. I would say that anatta, non-atom, or non-substantiality, and paticca samuppada, relationship of the thing, are two sides of the same coin. They are the same thing. Paticca samuppada, Ariya Satya, anatta, sunyata are the same thing. That is not in the plane of information, or knowledge, but in the plane of wisdom. See? If you focus on each dot and how it is related, it is paticca samuppada. If you try to see the true nature of each dot, it becomes anatta. Bring each dot together, paticca samuppada. So you live alone, no compassion, just selfishness, just focus on your dot. But if you look at the total picture, so many people in suffering, now you have practiced meditation, it's time to share your experience with the other being. We have to live together, make friends with, help, share. We go to the world to spreading your happiness, calmness to the world. Because you look at the world with paticca samuppada, with wisdom. That's why you want to share what you have. Anatta and paticca samuppada, that is panya, leads to compassion, karuna. So I end with this quotation from Dhammapada. Se yatha pappata mutta nithito, etc. Translation. The one who had good opportunity to liberate himself with wisdom, like you, come from afar, attend the prestigious university, have good education, and develop your wisdom. Just like a person standing high on a rocky mountain, on the top of the mountain. Then you can see people on around, down there, at the foot of the hill. In just the same way, on seer, the wise one, having ascended the mansion of truth, now you have wisdom. Go higher to the mansion, to the top of the mansion of truth, that is with panya. Rid of sorrow, you are in the plane of rationality, not sorrow, not in the plane of emotion. Look upon the people who are in the plane of emotion, suffering, down there. Swarm with sorrow, oppressed by the rebirth and old age. You come down to rescue them, to help them, to spread the message of peace and happiness of the Buddha. So wisdom leads to compassion because you see interconnected of people of the world. That's why the Buddha virtue are threefold. First and foremost, he attained enlightenment through wisdom, panya. Through wisdom, he purified his mind of emotion, of hatred, defilements. And because he has wisdom to see connectedness, in combination or interconnectedness, dependent origination of people, he has compassion, karuna. So wisdom automatically leads to purity of mind and karuna, compassion. This is the way a bodhisattva in Mahayana, wisdom and compassion, panya and karuna. For the Buddha, he attained enlightenment, purified his mind, and see the connection of the whole people, the whole world. He wants to help them with compassion. That's why in our tradition, we see the services of the Buddha to three groups of the people. Puttha Jariya, conduct for the well-being of the world. Lokattha Jariya. To Buddhists and non-Buddhists, he do the same thing. Conduct for the benefits of his relatives and beneficial conduct for the Buddhists. We hope that having been here, try to achieve wisdom, realize the core of Buddhism, of happiness. You will go back to your land, country, follow the Buddha services. You perform conduct for the well-being of the whole world. The benefits of your relative, that is, people in your countries, and conduct for the Buddhist world. That is the global wisdom for spreading happiness to the world that I want to share with you today by welcoming you to MCU today. Hope all of you will be successful in your study here.
Sadhu. On behalf of Most Venerable Professor Dr. Prameti Vacharabandit, Director of IBSC, gratitude to the Most Venerable Professor Dr. Brahmapundit for sharing his valuable guidance and teachings. We are all truly grateful for his time and effort and dedicated to the knowledge he have offered us here today. So on behalf of all the IBSC executives, staff officers, I So we will pay respect to the Most Venerable together. So according to the program, next will be a welcoming speech by Most Venerable Professor Dr. Pram Vacharabhyalaya, the MCU Rector. And I kindly request everyone to please stand on their knees, put hands together to Dhamma once again with the Most Venerable Rector of MCU. ผ่านมาทั้งหมดเลยครับ จะทำมาด้วย Do we have Vajrayana student? ท่านนันทกร
My dear lecturer and all students, I would like to bring your attention to do a Samijikamma in Vassa time. Because most venerable our rector who dedicate his life to prepare everything for you all who being here to learn at IBSC Mahachulalongkormrajavidyalaya University under the power of the most venerable. We all have just good time to be here. So I would like to bring you all to pay respect to most venerable. Please follow us. Bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa arahato samma sambuddhassa. Mahatere pamatena tawaratayena katang sapang aparatang kamatuno pante. Kamama pante.
And the staffs of IBSC. Good morning, all the students, monk students and lay students. On the occasion of orientation ceremonies of IBSC and also the occasions of Vasakara or rain retreat just passed about half a month. IBSC community led by the director, Professor Dr. Brahmapundit, expressed sincerity to directors of MCU to come together and express your respects according to Buddhist tradition. Here IBSC established to welcome not only the Thai students and neighboring students from neighboring countries, but we welcome all the people from all over the world who are interested in Buddhist studies, pure Buddhist studies, applied Buddhist studies, and integrated Buddhist studies. So look back to our history from the beginning day of establishing this IBSC and come to the present. It can be regarded we are successful. I am very happy to see all the students come from different countries. And giving rejoicing admiration to Professor Dr. Brahmapundit and his team to pay extreme intention some idea regarding suggestion for leading your lives. In my opinion, the key success in the human being's lives should comprise this issue. The first one is knowledge. When we talk about the knowledge, it does not scope only the subject matter, not only the knowledge from the subject matter. But knowledge here may come from the subject matter studied, may come from direct our direct experience may come from staying in the community, life right. We are young. The first priority for you is to collect the knowledge. Every day we have to measure ourselves that how much the knowledge we can increase. Pass the time without learning and studying in a day. This is the first one, the knowledge. The second one is friends. Even sometimes we don't want to stay with even though we don't want to communicate with others, don't want to talk. We should have the friends. So, when you are students, try to make the friendship with your classmates, with other people, the Thai people, and the people of countries. Because we don't know in the future, we may have something to do with, we may have something to get help from the other people. The third one is especially in the present situation. When we talk about communication, it means we can speak many languages. We have expressed the systematic information and we have more advantage or high ability to express, to communicate with other people effectively. So here, to learn English language, different language, as many as possible. The last one, the fourth one is culture and tradition. When knowledge regarding the other culture and tradition. It means that we can adjust ourselves in other communities. Key factors of success. Keep in your mind and try to get as many as possible when you are studying here. On the occasion of orientation ceremonies, I like to give warm welcome to you all, and you stay here as long as you want to stay, no problem. Here we are the big community. We like the boarding university. We have done the activity together and we have many occasions to come together. So give warm welcome to you all. Finally, through the power of the triple gems, may you all be blessed with the successful prosperity, happiness. Work, especially get the success in your Atalasa, Davinuna, Buddhist, Aroka, Gita, Hotasa, Tapeti, before to Sabamang. Sabaputta Nupavina, Sabatama Nupavina, Sapasanka Nupavina, Satasoti, Pawan to Te.
Sadhu. So on behalf of Most Venerable Professor Dr. Brahmapundit, teachings. And now we pay respect to the Most Venerable together.